Hello everyone, my name is Chonghao Li. I just relocated from Taiwan to Sydney. I am now working at TikTok as a PM. You can find more about my information in the last page of this report. I'd like to thank GovHack first for hosting this fabulous hackathon. I would definitely recommend all who love data analysis to join this hackathon. In this hackathon, I choose challenge of data center siting. This challenge is about Australia holds a great position to develop international data center hub because abundant resource, skilled worker, and great strategic position between the East Asia and America. But right now, there is no framework to help Australia stakeholder to evaluate where to pick a great siting for data center. In this report, I propose a framework with 5 major factors to evaluate where to place a data center, which is power availability, cooling and thermal management, connectivity, talent, and land and infrastructure. In the following section, I will briefly walk you through all of the factors. The first is power availability. Because the operation of large data center can require million power each month. Therefore, region with abundant power supply is very important. I choose AE and more geospatial data to visualize the current power supply across Australia. As you can see in the figure, Brisbane and ACT are regions with the great clean energy supply right now, and Melbourne hold the great potential in the future. The second one is the thermal management. Because data center produce a lot of waste heat, therefore, effective cooling is critical. I choose data from the Australia Bureau of Meteorology and Digital Atlas to check the temperature and water availability. As you can see, ACT and Melbourne and Sydney and Brisbane all are great regions with moderate temperature and have reliable water supply. The third one is connectivity. Because Australia, if want to be an international data center hub, it has to find a near submarine cable place to build data center. And data from the Telstra show current Australia submarine cable map and intercity fiber network. Sydney, Brisbane, and Perth are regions near the submarine cable, landing point, and ACT Melbourne with the great potential. And the first one is talent and labor force. And data from the ABS show all the Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, and ACT all have abundant and diverse talent and have high growth rate. Last but not least is land and infrastructure. Data center needs a large low-cost land. And in the data, I choose the data from the Digital Atlas to show population density, because population density can proceed to find a sweet spot of suburban zone with the moderate density close to the city. And Brisbane, ACT, Melbourne, and Sydney, Perth all fit this criteria. Under the framework, each region is scored across 5 factors. 1 point if the region meets the current criteria, and 0.5 point if the region shows future potential. Overall, Brisbane scored highest score to be the region developed international data center hub, and closely followed by ACT and Sydney and Melbourne with the great potential. In this report, I propose a 5-factor framework to select better siting of data center in Australia, and find out Brisbane is the best region to score highest under this framework. And due to only have 1 weekend, there is still more to optimization, but I still very honored and thank to GovHack providing me this great opportunity to contribute my skill and effort to Australian community. Thank you all for your attention.